Jimbo's Garage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Jimbo's Garage. Well, today I got a pretty interesting little project. One of my buddies came into the shop today. He's got a 22-foot bay champ, like a bay boat, fishing for the, fishing in the harbor or the bay or out in the ocean a little bit. And what he's got is, what he had was a like a seat cover on here. This thing hinged open and the bait tank was below, and this was a seat on the top. And now he wants to turn this into like a cutting board. And as you can see, this thing has got some angles and all kinds of different shapes to it. It's really important that whatever we make with this new stuff, it's exactly the way this is, because it has to fit in there exactly the same way. So what we got here is some Starboard, which is the cutting board material, and we've got some bar stock made out of the same material. And so the first step we're going to do here is I'm going to cut this to the length a little bit longer than what that is, and I'm going to take some epoxy and we're going to epoxy this bar stock down here and get it screwed on. And then I'll be able to take this and then run it through the table saw and get these angles right, put a hinge on it, cut the radius, and hopefully we'll get her done. So let's do it. Okay, so here we're getting started, and the first thing I did was go ahead and cut these boards out and get everything cut that I needed to get cut, and get the epoxy out and epoxy down this piece of bar stock on there. That was the first thing. And then after we let the epoxy dry, that took several hours, then I went ahead and started cutting the angle out and cutting everything. And I gotta tell you, if you guys have never worked with Starboard before, this is some pretty unusual stuff. It creates so much sawdust. I guess it's not sawdust, maybe it's stardust. That's pretty funny. Anyways, it's almost like snowflakes. There was such a pile of this after I was done cutting. It was amazing. But anyway, we're moving along here and getting the radius all cut out after everything is done. It's just starting to take shape right now. And like I said, it's pretty important that this thing is exactly the same shape as the board that was there. It has to fit exactly in the same holes. I spent a lot of time getting the hinge put in the exact same spot, because the holes need to line up that are already drilled into the boat itself, and so I know it took me a long time to get this thing figured out. I didn't want to be as much as a 32nd of an inch off. I wanted everything to be just right on this. So anyways, I finally got it all figured out and got the hinges, screwing the hinge on here. I kept this plastic on the Starboard. I didn't want to remove it in case I was going to mar it or scratch it or something. I know it is a cutting board, but still I wanted it to be really nice when I delivered it to the customer. I just wanted to be sure that everything looked nice and new. And again, here we go. I'm double checking that hinge before I went ahead and screwed everything on. And anyways, we're moving right along. I'm going to let you take a look at this, and we're going to catch up here in just a little bit. Alright, so we're getting near the end right here, and I just, you can see the final touches. I've got the sander out. I'm just sanding down everything, making everything nice and smooth from when the epoxy went on. Trimming up the edges, and getting just everything kind of dialed in so it's nice and flat and smooth. And then one more thing that I wanted to do before I finish this up is I wanted to put a nice edge on it. So I got my router out here, and I just want to, with a quarter rounding over bit, and I just went around the outside edge on both sides and kind of just smoothed that out a little bit with the router. And that gave it a nice finishing touch, if you will, a nice, really somewhat smooth edge, so nobody would get no sharp edges, rather. It'd be nice and smooth. So anyways, it worked out really good, and it fit really good, and the customer's really happy. So good job. All right, there you go. Bait tank cutting board. Complete. I know it's hard to see because it's white. It's got a lot of detail on it. But anyways, it's the same thing as we have here before. Except this now is a cutting board material. So, worked out really good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe for more.
See you next time on Jimbo's Garage.